Okay, and so we should be live. So let me see if everything is working okay. Okay, so there we are. So, fairly long stream yesterday, and what I did yesterday is, okay, tower defense, I fixed this bug whereby the text, when you see it expand like that, the text would kind of wrap around to the other side. So I fixed that problem. And also, I made it so that we had those Voronoi textures. And both textures can be tiled and not tiled. Even though I'm not sure that the tiling worked out great. But, I mean, yeah, at least in some cases, it's quite acceptable, right? So, and then, of course, we have here the Voronoi textures in the background. Now, do I like it? I don't know. I feel like it's kind of growing on me. Like, the more I look at it, the more I like it. So, yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Maybe it could be a bit darker. Would that be better? I don't know. I don't want to think about that too much just yet. So I've been thinking about what I'm gonna do. Frankly, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do today, but one thing I definitely want to do is, okay, here. So Voronoi, tau texture Voronoi create, okay? So what I want to do here is I want to clean this up a little bit, right? And one of the things that I want as a variable here, so now I have done num dots and tileable, is the color range, okay? So from light to dark, and I can just have shades of gray and then kind of put a different color on top. It's probably the easiest way to deal with that. So, and since I'm having shades of gray, right, here, okay, the red, green, and blue, I don't need to break it down like that if they're all the same anyway, right? So what can I do here? I can say, okay, equals, okay? And then I can have result, and I can have this shifted by 16, and then I can have result and shifted by 8, and then I can have result just as is, okay? That should do the same thing. All right, that should do the same thing. So let us see here, compile tower, okay? And then here, and yeah, there's no noticeable difference here in terms of, you know, the difference in texture. So that means I can get rid of that. Okay. And so that means here I can get rid of that as well, okay? So that I'm just gonna very quickly read through this, okay? So width and height, okay? Yes, the pixels, yes, and then the particular pixel, which is UN32, yes. Cairo flush, and then here mark 30, yes. That's for drawing the random dots, which is only good for debugging. I don't need that, right? But I can leave that as it is right now. Sure. And then this has to do with generating the dots. And then here, manipulating the pixels. Okay. Okay, I could rename that to X and Y. I'm not sure I care enough. And then here, colors. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. Well, will I? You know what, I will. Okay, I will. Okay, renaming it X and Y because that makes the most sense, right? Y. Okay. 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 So like this. Now, the next thing is here, the way I choose the colors. Okay. And then here I do ×4. I don't like that. Okay. I don't like that. And what this ×4 do, it just increases the range, right? Well, no. Well, yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, it increases the range. Yeah. Okay, so here we're just gonna have color range. When I create, okay, and then here we're gonna have color range, right? Okay. Okay, that looks darker now, and the reason it looks darker is, of course, I got rid of the ×4. So we have much smaller values now. But so if I do 64, okay. Now having a color range is one thing. Should I have a minimum range? Well, I should be able to make it darker anyway, right? So, no, I don't think... No, I don't think that's necessarily... Okay. So there we are. Okay. So what I want to do next is I want to toe texture. Okay, I think I want to give Purlin Noise another shot, right? Because I know what I did wrong last time, so now I want to give Purlin Noise another shot, right? So, here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take that code and copy it. I'm gonna have to make loads of changes to it, but for now I just want to copy it. There we are. Up. Drawing the dots is not going to be applicable to Purlin. So here we are. Okay. Okay, so width height with this, generating the dots doesn't make sense here. This is not making sense here. No, that makes sense here. No, that doesn't make sense here. Yeah, this could be a lot simpler because Purlin, well, for us anyway. Here. Is this it? That could be it. Okay. Right, okay. I do remember something about the these are floats, number one, okay? So float fx and float fy equals y, okay? But I think one of the things I did wrong last time is the x and y were too big. Okay, not good. Not good. We are seeing nothing. There's no compilation error, so it's compiling. What does it return? Oh, it returns a float. Okay. Does it return a number between 0 and 1? I think it does. Okay, still nothing. Still bloody nothing. Okay. Printf result. Just getting a flavor of what the values are like that we're getting, right? All zeros. Okay, are they all zeros all the way up? All zeros. Okay. Oops. Up. So all zeros. Okay, why they're all zeros? Oh, well, okay. I have to actually call it what that was probably. Oh yeah. Okay, that's well. I don't want to call it good, but okay, it's something. It is something. Okay. So there was just a hint of yellow there. Why is there just a hint of yellow? Look at that. Towards the end, well, not just towards the end, we get those crazy numbers. Okay, I thought it was returning a value between 0 and 1. Maybe it's not doing that. Okay, that's just all gray now. Do we really care about the exact values or whatever? I'd probably not. Okay. Oh yeah. Now the thing is though, this is going to produce the same texture. With the same input, it's going to produce the same output, right? So that is a thing though with Perlin, right? So we made it bigger. What if we make it smaller? Right. So is there still a hint of yellow there? No. That's probably just... So if I want to put some randomness in there, what I need to do, okay, is float what do you want to do? Float x offset equals rand. Float y offset equals rand. Then I don't want I don't want the numbers to be too crazy, right? So it's an int, right? So those produce ints. So modulo, and then I don't know, 100 modulo 100, and then plus x offset plus y offset. So now that those produce a different texture every time, and it seems to be moving around because, well, it kind of is, right? It's just different x and y, okay? It's not doing it a lot though, so maybe now it looks like actually different textures every time, right? Okay. Now, okay, the thing though is, it looks like it has sharp contours, okay? I think I want something that is more blurry. And I think that in order to do that, I might have to make the number bigger, or is it smaller? I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. So that's what happens. Okay, what happens when you call it 500? Okay, it doesn't seem to blur. I don't know if that's the specific algorithm that I have, or if there's something else going on here. Whoops. This doesn't blur anyway. Like, it really doesn't blur. Why doesn't it? Or maybe because of this. No, because what it does is it produces a value between 0 and 1, so that is needed. Let me see now. Yeah, maybe if I do that, maybe it would be a little bit more blurry. No. No. That would make it very well. Would make it so sharp that you wouldn't see anything. Right? So I think if I want it blurry, I'm gonna have to blur it myself, which is not something I was expecting to need to do. But hold on, there's a bit of blurriness here. Okay. Yeah, that's really weird, right? Now, maybe it's the shape, not the shape, but the size of the texture as well. So what if I do 500 by 500? No. Now, I don't know if that's down to it creates kind of those islands, but then there's those blurry regions in between, right? I didn't play around with that 100 very much yet, okay? If I do this, I get... Okay, like it's like an extreme close-up, right? So if I do this, okay. So then we know quite well what 100 looks like, okay? This right. Yeah, that's more greenish now. Yeah, okay. So I've been making it smaller. So what if I do divide by 5? Okay, divide by 10. Divide by 5, divide by 2. What do I do? Times 2. Just start breaking down then. Yeah. Yeah, at this point we get nonsense. Okay. So okay, I don't know why it's not giving me a blurry image, but I think I'm just gonna have to take something like that and blur it myself. Right? Yeah, that doesn't look too bad actually. Got rid of that print F, so that should do it a lot faster. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna try to blur this. So, okay, so the way you blur an image is basically you take an average of the surrounding pixels, right? So here I create it, and then here now I need to do tile texture blur, okay? And this is again gonna be a function that looks very similar to those previous two. Here, okay. There we are. So I'm gonna start with this function and work from there. I'm just going to copy this. Okay. So that I'm not going to need. This, don't need that. Okay. So what am I going to need here? I'm going to need to take pix. Okay, so that's the pixel. And then I have to figure out the next pixel. Right. So, well, okay, the pixel to the left. Okay, that's what I need to know. Left. So that is pixel -1. Now, what if pix is the leftmost one already? That's going to be a problem. But yeah, I'm not going to worry about that just yet. So right equals pix +1. Okay. Then top equals, okay. So what I'm gonna need is the stride, okay? So pix minus stride, okay? Right, and then see, here's the thing. I have a gray pixel, okay? White 2, orange crash. Oh, hello. Good to see you again. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna do this, right? And no, I don't need those to be pointers. I need the actual value. Okay. And so bottom. Okay. What am I doing now? So top. So will I use those 4, the left, right, up, and bottom, for the blur? Well, I'm gonna start with those anyway. I probably want to use the 8 surrounding pixels, but I'm gonna start with 4. So what I need to do is uint32 start equals, okay, so we're talking about the start of the texture, right? Because I need the boundaries. So that's going to be pix plus, and then that's going to be width times the stride, and then times the height, right? No, I always get this wrong. The stride already the stride is the width times the bytes per pixel. So the stride times the height is enough. Right. So that is the, yeah. Okay, so then now I'm gonna have start row. Okay, so that's gonna be pix, but here start row, so every time I go through that loop I have to do plus stride. Okay, and then end row equals plus stride. Okay, and then here also end row plus equal stride. And then num, I'm gonna call it num vars. So in order to, maybe num values, okay? So in order to compute the average, I'm gonna divide by the number of values, which is gonna be 4. But that will vary depending on whether I just happen to be at the very start or at the very end, right? So here, left. So if left is smaller than start row, then left equals 0. Num values minus equal 1. Okay. If right is bigger than nth row, right equals 0. Num values minus equal 1. And then the top, if top is smaller than start, so that's going to be for the first row, yeah, up. Minus equal 1. And then the bottom. And then if bottom is bigger than end, bottom equals 0, then values minus equal 1. Okay. Right. So now it's really result. Okay, I'm gonna need result here, and result has to be equal to left and, okay, and you know, I can take either part of it, I suppose. I'm assuming now, okay, assuming all pixels are gray, so they all have the same value, red, green, blue, and then I OR this with, no I don't OR, I AND. So I don't even AND, I add. Okay. So left, right, top and bottom. And you know what? I'm going to do value of 5 because the pixel itself, I want to include that as well. Okay. Oh, did I? Okay, that's a mistake, right? There have to be pointers actually, because I need to see if they're out of bounds. Okay, so they actually have to be. They have to be pointers. Yeah. Okay, that's a bit confusing, but anyway. There. And so, and the pixel itself, but now it's the value of the pixel, right? Hold on, is pixel, yeah, that's a pointer, yeah, okay. Okay, and so now equals result. Well, or let me just do result divide equal by num values. Okay, num value should be 5. Okay, and then I don't need this here, and then I do this, right? This line here. So that's the alpha, and then the red, green, blue. I think that should work. So here, okay, so now we can test that. So I can't divide by num values. What is wrong with this? Oh yeah, like this. Okay. And so now, oh, okay, we segfaulted. Okay, where do we segfault? Top. Oh yeah, okay. Right, I do this minus stride. Yeah, okay, so top equals, I have to, if it's, hold on. Okay, what I better do is uint blank. So top, if the address is out of bounds, I'm gonna say that top is blank. I'm gonna do the same thing with left. I'm gonna say left equals blank. Will I do that with every? Yeah, I might as well do it with everything, right? So does that work now? Floating point exception. Okay, in 10, 12. A floating point exception. Yeah, num value should always be at least once. I don't divide by 0, right? Because at the most, it's going to subtract 1 4 times. So it should always be at least 1. And it's always going to be more than that. Arithmetic exception. I don't understand how I can say that. Okay. B962 run. Okay. So P stride. Oh yeah, it's a smaller texture, right? So okay, so now it's gonna go through those. The first time there's not gonna be a left, right? Because it's gonna be the leftmost already. Okay, the right, there should be a right. So that's the top, there's not gonna be a top. And then the bottom should not be a problem. Okay, so now P num values is 3, right? And okay, that does not present a problem. Okay, so for the first pixel at least, it's what I would expect. Let's see, what is num values? What is result? Oh, has it to do with the fact that it's a signed integer? Does that matter? That really shouldn't matter, should it? Let's see now. Let's see now if that's the issue. No. Okay. So result and num values. Num values is 0. Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. Num values has to be set to 5 again for every pixel, right? Okay. There we are. Now, did that blur? I think it did. Yeah. Okay. Now, it's not a very strong blur, but it did it. So let me see if I want a way of turning the blur on and off so that I can actually see it properly. So I'm gonna change that back, I think, but for now, so background render is 1. I'm gonna use T for not blurring. I'm gonna remove that again, but anyway. So if I do R, okay, and then if I do T, yeah. So clearly it blurs, okay. Okay. I'm just not sure if I'm just not sure if I'm happy with this. You know what? Let me try this again with different values, right? Pollen create here. No, that doesn't look good. Yeah, I don't like the look of it. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I don't like how it looks. See, that's with the blur on, the blur off, but the texture as a whole, I thought the blur would fix it, but it doesn't really. Okay, I think maybe just the function to generate the Perlin noise is just not what I want. I do like the Voronoi texture that I created. Okay, so this. So I have it here, not blurred, and here I have it blurred. Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, you know, I have a function now to blur a texture, so I'm happy about this. Okay, this is progress. So, yeah, I think I might leave it there for today. I'm just gonna take the win. I'm happy that I made some progress, and I think I'm gonna leave it there. So, all right, well, to all those who watched, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next. Will I stream tomorrow? I might probably will stream tomorrow, so I might see you tomorrow. So bye bye.